A nanometer is 1/1000th of a meter. That's tiny. So tiny I have trouble wrapping my head around it. The head of a pin is 1 millimeter across. Divide by 10, 0.1 of a millimeter, the width of a human hair. Divide that millimeter by 100 and you get to the size of ultrafine water droplets found in fog. The smallest bacteria, hundreds of nanometers wide. A strand of DNA inside that bacterium, which houses its genetic code, is about 10 nanometers across. And a nanometer itself is less than 10 carbon atoms long. Nanotechnology is about the behavior of materials or devices at these incredibly small nanoscales. Technology somewhere between bacteria and atoms. You know how big bits of material behave from years of science, engineering and everyday experience. But at the nanoscale, tiny bits of exactly the same material don't behave the way we would expect at all. Take gold, or as nanotechnologists call the gold we're used to, bulk gold. Dense, soft and shiny. It's the most ductile, stretchable, and malleable, flattenable, pure metal known. It's inert in the human body, it's a great conductor of electricity, it has that attractive, bright, yellow, golden colour. But NanoGold, the tiny particles of tens to thousands of gold atoms, is none of those things. It's not inert. Depending on the particle size, it can be very reactive or a very good catalyst. It's not a conductor, but a semiconductor. It appears red, or black, or dirty yellow, depending on the size and shape of the particles, but never gold. Why not? Bulk gold. Its colour, like that of any object, is a complex combination of how incoming light is bounced off, passed through, or absorbed. It absorbs the blue light, and the rest of the spectrum, the reds and the greens, are reflected and combined to make up gold's characteristic yellow colour. So far so good. But we need to dig a little deeper to understand why nanogold behaves differently. While it's convenient to think of gold as a hard wall of atoms, the science is a little weirder. It's not a wall, but rather a shared sea of loosely bound electrons that slosh back and forth over the bulk gold surface at regular intervals. It's like the slosh of water you can set up by sliding back and forth in a bathtub. The frequency of this wave determines what light is reflected and what light is absorbed. The name for this rate of sloshing is the surface plasmon resonance. Brilliant name. Sounds like something out of Doctor Who. Nanoparticles are far smaller than bulk gold, so their shared electron sea is more like a pond. The nanogold pond sloshes back and forth faster than the bulk gold sea, and the frequency of light it absorbs is therefore different. It absorbs yellow and blue light and reflects, you guessed it, red light. And for different nanoparticle sizes, the surface plasmon resonance changes, and so does the colour of the nanoparticle. So bulk gold and nanogold are both gold, and therefore made up of gold atoms. But the far smaller particles in the nanogold result in different physical properties, such as having a different colour. Nanotechnologists can choose a particle size not just for gold, but for any material. This allows them to test, fine-tune and retest nanoparticle properties in the search for new solutions to a whole range of problems.